Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim. Now, at first some of you might just think that I moved to the corner of the tavern. That would be incorrect. We are no longer in Dawnstar. We are back in Iverstead. We have traveled down to Iverstead because Sarah got a message from the Greybeards. Something about her being ready for the next step in her training. Something that she has not experienced up to this point. So, she's here to figure out what that means. We're going to be heading up to High Hrothgar today. She stopped off here at the inn to let her and Sarra rest their heels, as she, in story, walked here. I fast traveled here. But, let's go see what the old men want, Sarra. I think this is actually the first time you've been to the Greybeards. I hadn't finished my trial when I first met you, but I had met the Greybeards. An interesting lot, to say the least.
Go fiddling with any locks around here, we're going to have a real problem.
I'm just glad you guys still don't want me from when I killed that beggar over there. Not that I would admit that to you. There is a shrine here. What what is that? I see a fire. One that I do not recognize. Oh, well, well. That's shiny. Never seen green fire before.
The tale of the great moth priest hunt. Not something I'd want to read.
Yeah, probably. Let's move on. 7,000 steps. I don't remember that fire being there. For those who are curious, and those who have already noticed, I have added another mod.
Where'd you come from?
This one is known as Thunderchild, and is supposed to make shouts more interesting and give you more to do with. You and that frost cloud are getting on my nerves. You're lucky I'm immune to it. But, we have Pillar of Stormblast. You do not have this shout fully unlocked. Interesting. Wonder what shout that would be. Sarah probably, if I had known of this mod prior to today, I would have installed it. I literally just installed it recently, so if we run into any glitches, we're going to be knowing what it's from. But I would have installed it a lot sooner, because I do wish that shouting was more important in Skyrim. I do not like how little there is on shouting. So having this added in to increase shouting's importance is definitely something of a use for me. Now we make our way up to High Hrothgar, far above the world. You'll notice I have healing hands added there. When we arrived in Iverstead, apparently there was a bear in Iverstead. A bear had wandered into the center of town and proceeded to attack the locals. Sarah did not intervene with the bear itself. She let the guards and populace deal with it, but I ran around using healing hands on anybody who dropped to a knee in order to keep them from dying. I like how every time you come up here, it gets like more and more troll infested. I'm thinking it's because the level's going up. As my level goes up, I get more and more troll, and less not troll. Now there is something that we might notice on our way up. I will be ignoring it until we are on our way back to the bottom of High Hrothgar. I am hoping this kind of encourages more use in I kind of hope this encourages more shouting in the game, as I do want to be using shouts more often. In my head, in the story, Sarah got a message from the Greybeards saying that she needed to return to High Hrothgar for further instruction on the way of the voice. Um, that they were under the impression she was ready to understand it better than she already does. That is why she is on her way up to High Hrothgar right now. We are still going after the Moth Priest eventually. I am just not super worried about it. The way I see it is Sarah kind of knows the Moth Priest is in Dragonbridge somewhere or near Dragonbridge, and there's a good chance that that the that he's going to be there for a while. So Sarah is not super worried about rushing off to Dragonbridge to deal with him at the moment. It is on her list of things to do, but readily available. Is this? Nope, just an alcove. I don't know what all this mod adds in. I only know a little bit about it. A YouTuber I'm watching at the current moment was the one who introduced it, Sorcerer Dave. I do suggest you go watch his Let's Plays if you want to see good Skyrim Let's Plays, because he does a lot better than I do. But I do enjoy his Let's Plays, and I don't feel bad grabbing a mod, as I'm not going to be trying to do his Let's Play. I'm not going to be playing a Dark Elf God that's been brought back to life by Akatosh. That's at least the storyline I'm understanding so far. I know that the cave that I'm looking for is somewhere around this path. At least as far as I'm aware. Maybe it's not. Maybe this is. Maybe the path. Maybe the cave doesn't actually exist from this mod. Maybe it's a different mod. Who knows? Not a big deal to me. Here we are. High Hrothgar. Maybe we'll see it on the way down. But, Angura mentioned the fact that we needed to do some more exploring around High Hrothgar. That we hadn't seen everything that this place has to offer us. And I believe that we need to do that. Oh. Bots are almost as if they're trying to block this door. Maybe Hangir was mentioning this? Then again, it is odd because he didn't want me to come speak with him, he just wanted me to go looking around. Almost wonder if maybe somebody is influencing him by decisions, and it's not Hangir. Head on inside. Well. 5 Songs of King Wulfgar. Hearth. We are going to not take this book. I don't plan on reading through it either. I may bring back the readings of Sarra eventually for this, but bear claws, interesting. Whoa. Amulet of Mantras. It's bed for me to sleep in. So this is where my bed is. I was wondering if I was going to get a bed up here, if they had a bed for Dragonborns. Not that I was super worried about it. There's something back there. Do me a favor and wait here.
If you say so.
Be back in a moment. Her trying to pathfind her way back here. Our Tome, Unyielding Storm. I knew this was back here. Let's see. Oh. Okay then. Go back through here. Are you actually praying, just meditating, or do you actually have faith? I would understand if she worships Molag Bal, but I would also understand if she does not. Maybe she's finding her own faith here. Driven by outside forces, maybe? Interesting. A wardrobe. Ooh. I have always wanted the Greybeard's robes. The ancient Togs often gagged themselves, as their voice would cause great destruction. Interesting. No, not so much Sarah's cup of tea. Oh, well, well. Greybeard Boot of Kings, Harvest, Novice, the Red, the Rose, Kings, Harvest, Red, the Rose. Interesting. What about this? Sands, Sorcery, Moons, Wilds, Worms. Sand, Sorcery, Moons, Wilds, Worms. Very interesting. What over here? Dreams, Earth, Oath, Sea, White. Dreams, Earth, Oath, Sea, White. Very nice. And then I believe this one is the one that we are looking for. Akatosh, Hameas Mora, Kine, Ashore, Talos, Akatosh, Hameas Mora. Well, I can definitely say I wish that they had a Magnus. Hmm. Audios and Thum notes. As we can see, we have a lot of different Thums here, which are added in by the mod. Book goes to explain it. We'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and leave each of these up for a little bit to let you all get a chance to read through them in your own time. I may read through them as they become relevant to the situation. We are going to be taking this book with us. Or at least I plan to. Now, normally, I feel as though Sarah probably wouldn't go down the route of Hameas Mora. Shore or Kine is possible, Talos is unlikely, and Akatosh is also likely. But I think Shore is going to be... I believe Shore is the one I'm thinking... If Shore is who I think they are, which is the Lorcan version of... the Norse version of Lorcan, I believe Shore is who we should be considering. Go ahead and get this stuff on. This is one reason why I wish you could save it as... why I wish you could save these as what you had set. Feels almost unnatural to see her in such a garb. Brings back the olden days when she used to be a very respectful and pious person. Now she has changed. But let's go ahead and pray. We will pray for, we will meditate for sure. See if we can understand what's going on here. Nope, interrupted early. Problematic. Need to let it go a little bit longer. And it's restored to full, so there's no cheating this. There we go. Meditate to understand the alternate meanings of the first word you know. Started Champion of Kine. Carry Kine's fire to the door of High Hrothgar. Fall for 4 seconds after leaping off with whirlwinding Sout. Teach heavens. Touch the heavens from the peak of the world. Gain the voice blessing from the sky blessing. Hunt Kine's spirit animals in the wild. Shout to the heavens once per day. Donate gold to Angir to support the monastery. I like that last one because it's like really. I've got to do that. So alright. So we gained a lot of shouts all of a sudden. I never thought I'd be able to scroll on the shout menu. Oh, we gained a lot of them that are just automatically given to us. Earthquake, fire breath, frost breath. Your voice awakens invisible magnetic fields of Nirn, throwing the enemies into disarray. Kingsbane. The wielders of the Thuum scatter their foes before them, leaving them as dust in the winds of time. Lightning Shield. Those who walk the path of the voice have nothing to fear, for the Thuum is their shield and sword. We also have the Phantom Decoy. Shatter Sphere. Shroud of Snowfall. Slow Time. Speak unto the stars. The power of the voice transcends the celestial sphere, calling down the stars from the heavens. Interesting. I like to speak to the stars one because it harkens back to Magnus again. Splinter Twins. We already had Stormcall. Wail of the Banshee. Then we have, of course, have our ones that we have not unlocked, which I don't know if we have to unlock these to get the other shouts. We might be going down that route eventually. I would like this one. I would like this one. And I would like this one. Voice meets magic. Your shout shatters arcane defenses or unleashes creatures of pure magicka. Interesting. Going to get that one as well. We have studied under this. We will be leaving the garb here, as I do not wish to take it from this place. We'll go ahead and get changed back into our original robes. There we go. Back into our original attire. Sorry, Sarana, but it's time to go.
You need something?
Let's go.
I knew you'd miss me.
So we've gained a new list of abilities. We've also gained a few tasks we need to perform for the glory of Kine and the glory of the voice itself. Sarra does not. Sarra, like Anir said originally, Sarra is an exception to the rule. So she's starting to realize what that means. She's starting to wonder if she's not just an exception to the theoretical rule of the voice. She's starting to wonder if maybe she's an exception to all the rules. If that's why she still is supported by the gods, even though she has access to, even though she's a vampire, even though she's going down this path, even though she's worshipping Daedric princes and gods, maybe she's an exception to all of it. Where is Unrelenting Force? Because we're going to try this speaking to the skies. Sarra has not attempted this in her past, but has never needed to, as her meditation had not come this far. Now her meditation has come quite a bit farther. Onto the sky.
Fus Roda!
Kine is pleased with your actions. Nope, that seemed about right. Now, we have quite a bit of gold on us, 19,000 to be exact. We are going to go talk to Angir, as her paying for the monastery is not something she's against. Monetary value towards something, she understands the Greybeards need support, and she definitely wants to support them. They've given her quite a bit to think on at this point. So let us see if we can figure out where. Meditate to audio, turn into meanings. The first words you know. Kine revealed to me an alternate meaning to certain words I am familiar with, teaching me new dragon shouts based upon those words. For now, the goddess only trusts me with an alternate meaning to the first word of each shout until I have reached a higher level of enlightenment. Till then, I should learn more first words. I may meditate again to learn their alternate meanings. Interesting. And then Champion of Kine, which gives us our different abilities. We're going to do the fall for 4 seconds by leaping off with Whirlwinding Sprint. I have an idea on how to do that. And carry Kine's fire to the door. I believe that might be that green fire we saw down at the base of the 7,000 steps. So we will be trying to do that eventually as well. We might do that today. And I think the other one, one of the other ones is getting that blessing that we get for reading all 4 of the emblems. Wolfgar, Barnier. Nope. Not either of you two. Where is Angir? Is Angir? Must be around here somewhere. Unless he's gone out for a walk. Are you Angir? Yes, you are.
Your training proceeds well, Dragonborn.
I would like to. Have you located another word of power?
We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found.
There we go. And I wish to contribute to the monastery. Here's 1,000 gold. What is the way of the voice? You've mentioned this before, but I'm not sure if I fully understand it.
The voice was a gift of the goddess Kinnereth at the dawn of time. She gave mortals the ability to speak as dragons do. Although this gift has often been misused, The only true use of the voice is for the worship and glory of the gods. True mastery of the voice can only be achieved when your inner spirit is in harmony with your outward actions. In the contemplation of the sky, Kinnereth's domain, and the practice of the voice, we strive to achieve this balance.
Interesting. I'll move on.
Sky above, voice within.
I do think it is interesting. I do kind of wish that there was an in-game um, encouragement to follow the way of the voice. Like, I wish that there was a way you could actually follow it. I actually kind of wish the way of the voice was part of the religious mod that I have installed, so that I could follow the way of the voice from the religious mod. One day we will see Parthenex. We'll touch the heavens. Now, must go back down to the bottom to try and get that fire. Although I'm curious what it will entail. I'm guessing it's not as simple as just grab the fire and then walk up here and place the fire at the doors. More to it. Kind of ceremony, maybe? Maybe like when the Greybeards shouted at me. But yeah, Sarah kind of is under the impression now that it's possible that the Greybeards no, there's no way that that's what I'm looking for. She's under the impression that the Greybeards are right. Her position as Dragonborn gives her not really immunity, but gives her more leverage to play with outside of the usual amount. She doesn't have to follow all of the tenets or rules that most mortals do. She obviously benefits if she feeds into one area or another, but she doesn't have to go down that path. Now we are kind of getting a little bit of a rub against that with the religious mod, as it odds me as I am required to worship in particular ways towards each of the gods. But I don't think that that's I don't think that's the game. I don't think that's playing against the situation. I think that's more of a situation of it's more of how the world works in direction, not that it's against the thought process. It's more of she is given the opportunity to throw her lot in with a specific patron, but she's always free to move between patrons. But again, she's attuning herself to those patrons by following their tenets. Her meditation allows her to connect and such. But I am going to go ahead and cut out walking down to the bottom, since we've already been walked up here once, and we're gonna have to walk up here again with the fire, maybe a couple of times if the fire actually has a challenge to it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's you only have it for like 40 seconds, and well, not 40 seconds because that would be impossible, but you only have it for a few seconds and you have to make your way all the way up the path with Kind's fire, or there's some kind of challenge to it. So I will be right back, and then I will bring you guys back when we are down at the bottom of the mountain. So see you guys then. Alrighty, we've come to the bottom. We've found Kind's fire. So activate Kind's fire. Or run, carry Kind's. Okay, so activate Kind's fire.
Hold, now cast!
I kind of was expecting me to be glowing with Kind's fire. I'm not a big fan of High Hrothgar. It's the 7,000 steps, and it's 7,000 steps. More like 7,000 trip hazards. I was going to do the emblems as well, but we're going to have to do those later because apparently we have to run.
Hold.
I'm going to keep doing that as often as I can. Hopefully we make it to the top in time. Huh. Is that? What the world? I think I'm seeing things, Sarra. Although they were the same color as Kyne's fire, I'm under the impression this is Kyne. Nolan will place our faith in her.
Hold. Hold. Nah.
Sometimes I'm not using the full power of Whirlwind Sprint, and I'm not entirely sure why. I am holding the button. I like how we have infinite stamina for this. It is helping. I think it is.
Hold.
I think we're using the full strength of it. I'm just not entirely sure. And I probably have an advantage to the fact that I went up this path already, so there's nothing in the way. I haven't ran into anything yet, and I'm under the impression I'm not going to. I'm under the impression with the fire. I hear, feel it, weaken. Oh, that's not good. Hope that's not a sign of it about to fail.
Hold. Now cast.
I might try this again if I fail. Kyne's fire fades from you. Dang it! We weren't even that close. Do I have to like use it as many times as I can to get up there? Interesting. Not Riverwood, no. I want to go down to Kyne's fire. Go down to the Pillar of Stormblast. I am tempted to try this again. Nope.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
I can almost agree with you.
Hold. Now cast.
Now, out of curiosity, I can't access my fire. Or I can't access anything except... Oh, okay, I get it. We're gonna try again.
Hold. Hold. Now cast. Hold. Now cast. Hold. Now cast.
I think I understand a little bit better about how this challenge is to be done. I think I have to make sure I'm constantly using Whirlwind Sprint as often as I can to try and get up there faster. We're going to try one more time. If this fails, we will give it a rest for the day.
Hold. Now cast.
Sarra will attempt to find a better way to do this. Maybe there's some trick to it. I had a feeling it was going to be a timed event, which is kind of annoying because this is a very long walk. Or a very long jog, as it would be. I'm wondering if Sarra may need to drop her weight and see if that helps.
Hold. Now cast.
This is helping her train her speech ability, so maybe there is something to this. There's also some parts of the path where I can always go off the path and break free of this.
Hold. Now cast.
A dragon soul has been absorbed. What? Why did I get a dragon soul? Is that a sign that I'm doing good at this? Or maybe that was, maybe I did the fall for 4 seconds after a burst of speed. Come on. I'm not going to make it. I don't think I'm going to make it.
Hold. Now cast.
Yep, didn't make it. Darn it. I also tried. I can't open my inventory or engage with my favorites menu or anything like that while I have Kind's Fire. Because I was looking to see if maybe there was an effect that would tell me how long I had Kind's Fire for.
Hold. Now cast.
But we are going to do Kind's Fire again. What we are going to do is the emblems. And I'm going to add a bit of an extra flair to this. Going to gain the emblem. One. Then we're going to pray. That Kind's Fire thing is definitely going to be an annoyance, but I can definitely understand it. Let's see, what is this? What are we looking at for this? Now, some people might wonder, why is Sarra so interested in the voice all of a sudden? Like, what would make her suddenly turn to this? Like, is it just because I got this mod that I'm doing this, or has Sarra become more interested in the voice? Yeah, column A, column B. Sarra has always been interested in the voice. She's always had a reason for wishing to understand it better. Is this the hunter that's meditates on the emblems?
Fancy robes. You a wizard or something?
I am. I would see myself as a pilgrim now, but whatever. But Sarra does have that inkling inside of her that goes back to that she had her faith in the divine. She had her faith in the gods. Her faith kind of wavered when she first became a vampire, before she was even a werewolf. But she never truly lost her faith. She has definitely felt the power of the divine at this point, but she doesn't feel it as someone who is wrapped up in fervent worship. She feels it more as somebody who has begun to study and see through it. Her position as Dragonborn has affected her position as a follower of the different gods. I don't think that she is going as dark as I originally thought. I originally thought she was going as dark as could be. I thought she was going to become an evil tyrant of a master of the world, that she was going to tear it asunder and demand obedience from the world. But I don't think that's the case. I think something inside of her is shifting. And while yes, she will stand as a very powerful being in Skyrim, and she will stand as a very powerful being in all of Tamriel eventually, I don't think she's going to go as far down the path of evil as I thought she was going to. I wonder if I can interact with like those animals I was seeing of the green light and get like a boost to Kind's Fire or something. It's 3. We're not going to pray at that one. I'm not going to pray at all of them. There's no real point because Sarah's not going to gain any more favor with Magnus today from praying, so it's just wasting time, and I've only got 5 minutes left in this recording, and I'd like to finish this today. If I was still titling these, I'd probably title this The Way of the Voice, but I'm not titling these anymore. It's a bit of a pain to try and think of a title for every single one of them, so... Oh, I can't pray while moving. That's right. That's because I have that on. I want whirlwind sprint, not you.
Wold, Nakest!
One reason why I wish I could remember to use these shots more often, they're very useful. Or... I always did like the Roman numeral system. I do think it's funny that there's a lot of people who don't completely understand it. I've ran into a lot of people who thought that the Roman numeral 4 was just 4 I's, not an I and a V. I particularly know this because of the fact that the Roman numeral 4 seems to pop up a lot in my life. I'm not going to go too much into detail on that, as I don't feel like talking about that, but I will say that it pops up probably more often than most people have a Roman numeral pop up in their life. As far as Sarra goes, I don't think she has any particular feelings, left, right, or center of, well, Roman numerals in general. But as far as how she feels about the voice and the way that it goes, she definitely feels like there's something more to it than she's been giving it credit. There's more of it in her. There's more to it in her life now than what she has originally giving it. We're gonna end up having to find like a lake or something to jump off of, or not a lake, but a mountain to jump off into a lake with whirlwind sprint in order for us to get that whirlwind sprint and fall for 4 seconds, if we want to do that without dying. But we'll keep an eye out for something then of that opportunity.
Wold, Nakest! Wold, Nakest!
I think I missed one. I think I missed one that was off in that direction. Might have to go back and look for it. I'm going to keep going because I want to see if I got them all, but I don't think I did. Nope, I missed one. Darn it. It's funny because I was able to do it the first time I came up here.
Wold, Nakest!
I think I might know where it is, though, that I missed. I think there was one off to the left that I didn't grab. If we can't find it, then yes, there it is. I believe it was this one that we missed. Alright, let's see if we can go get the other two, and if not, then I will have to do this in my own time, or we'll have to do it in the next episode or something. Am I actually getting dragon shouts literally just by shouting like that? Literally just by using a whirlwind sprint this much? That can't be how that's working. There's no way. It's got to be that it's just accidentally glitching and showing me the dragon shout obtained. Maybe. Who knows? But I will bring you guys back in the next episode. See you guys later.